My name's Tyler Furger, and I run a firm called Illumine Financial. So in that capacity, we just serve business owners and helping them plan for their future, minimize taxes, reduce expenses, and really just kind of help them take care of all the different areas of their financial life. I had already made it a focus to work with business owners, and so I was already serving business owners that were running successful companies, but I was finding that that the value I was providing was kind of a convenient value. The role that we play as advisors is important, but ultimately what I was doing wasn't that much different from what everyone else was doing. I just had a good relationship with them. And so so that was kind of the approach before, was just to network really well within the community, absolutely focus on providing value and trying to be different, but I really didn't know how I could be different aside from what we did was kind of focus on being kind of a general contractor for them and taking care of all the different areas of their financial life. But it's hard to help a business owner materialize what that actually means to them as opposed to just a nice idea. And then in terms of CPAs, I had a couple CPA quote unquote partners, but it was more so we would bounce ideas off of each other on different planning ideas, but there wasn't a lot of business going back and forth. Previously, like I said, there wasn't a lot. I couldn't find areas that I felt like we could truly differentiate. Being an advisor, insurance, investments, employee benefits, and then maybe you'll do personal financial planning, maybe an estate plan. But again, a lot of people are saying that they do those things. And so what's truly been different about Elite Resource Team is that it's given me a really good knowledge base to actually really be different, and also language to be able to communicate that effectively, and not like not red letter language from the perspective of I need to say everything that Elite Resource Team tells me to say, but more so the understanding of why I might say something or why I might approach someone in a certain way that I didn't know about before. And so it's changed because now I know that I can sit in front of almost any business owner that's paying over $100,000 in income tax, and it doesn't matter who they have on their team, they likely can't do what it is that I can do for them. So just a lot more confident going into those conversations, knowing that I can come out with a much higher probability of a good outcome. Because of the training that's online, I was able to jump right in and actually implement and not just kind of think conceptually about how I wanted to do this. So what's so great about the training is how actionable it is. And you guys do a terrific job of making it digestible so that as an advisor, I can watch a video and I can understand how I'm going to actually do that, as opposed to just here's an idea, you want to work with CPAs, now go figure it out. And I think that's a product of just the intention that you guys put in the training. So the online training portal, it's convenient, it's accessible, it's extremely valuable. I'm probably in it a few times a week. And then the events, just to be able to come to these events, right now I'm at the event with other CPAs, and just hear how from the CPA's perspective, what they like to see and why they're attracted to the model, and know that I'm not just imagining this thing and I clicked on a Facebook ad and it turns out that I might be the only one in the country doing it, and now I'm sitting in a room with hundreds of other people that are actually doing it and doing it successfully. So a big part of that is validation, and like I said, you just end up learning ideas and planning strategies. Being in the Midwest, we're not aware of some of the stuff that's taking place with the advanced tax law that might be taking place out on the coast, some of the strategies that you guys talk about. And so just being aware that getting exposure to that planning through through these events is really, really great too. For advisors that are skeptical, you have to analyze why are you skeptical about it, right? Because the idea of working with CPAs is something that every advisor wants, right? And if you're skeptical about whether or not this is or isn't going to work, you just have to come to one of these events and you'll see how well it's working. I'm telling you that it's working really well for me. If you're skeptical, just a naturally skeptical person, if you truly want the result of working with accountants and CPAs successfully, and you're not doing it yourself right now, and by successful I mean being able to generate $10,000 to $50,000 of revenue from a CPA relationship, and in the process serving their best clients even better and being truly valuable. If you're not doing those things, then you can try to invent it and do it on your own, or you can plug into a system that's working. And in my opinion, was it $6,000? It's so worth the investment, and the return that you get on that is going to be better than if you try to create all this material for yourself and try to find all the specialists for yourself. One of the things that I did as I was kind of vetting this out was I took the call because I wanted to see how you guys were doing it, and then I was just going to do it myself. And I got off the call and I was like, why would I Why would I spend all the time? It's going to cost me so much money and lost opportunity and wasted time to try to do this myself. You guys have it, and it's well organized and it's well put together, and it works. So, I'm not going to get any benefit out of trying to do it myself versus just, again, plugging into the system and start working right away. So, don't wait if you truly want that model. And obviously, if you don't want that, if you don't want to have successful partnerships with accountants or CPAs, or you want to have small results, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want to have that type of transformational deal, then that's what I've experienced. So I can't see why you wouldn't do it.